Hello, Northwest Arkansas. This is Nick and Tara Limbird of the Limbird Real Estate Group, and we're here for Bird's Eye View Real Estate in Northwest Arkansas. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Tara.
Hi, that's me.
That's you.
It'd be really weird if it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about first-time home buyers. So maybe you're not a first-time home buyers, but there's still a lot of things that you can learn because the process changes. So it's going to be a good topic today.
Sure, and like I mentioned before, we're Nick and Tara Limbird of the Limbird Real Estate Group. Why don't you tell us where they can find us if they want more information?
Well, you can Google us and find our website, limbirdteam.com, or our Facebook page, facebook.com/LimbirdTeam. So come check us out.
All righty. Well, we always like to start the show off with some positive moments, and gosh, Thanksgiving is almost about 2 weeks away.
I know. Yeah, I can't believe it. The year in general has flown by, and now
Everybody's had a rough 2020, it seems like.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be A-OK when the clock strikes midnight on December 31st.
Probably so.
Here's a new year.
Well, and the tough thing about Thanksgiving is probably going to look a little different this year just because a lot of people are limiting the group size or canceling.
Right.
Thanksgiving, I know my side of the family, people we usually have about 30, 40 people there.
I know.
And so we put that on hold till next year just because we want to make sure everybody's staying safe.
Yeah, I know it is going to be very different. So we'll see how that goes. I know last week we also had our grand opening that we were talking to you guys about.
Oh, yeah, the Glen Arbor. That was a heck of a turnout.
Yeah,
Man,
it was
we
great.
got some incredible feedback.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I mean, it's hard to find new construction in Bentonville in that price point. So we broke ground, and hopefully we'll have houses in the next 6 to 9 months for everyone. So
yeah,
it's going to be
very
very exciting.
It's going to move quickly. It's one of those, if you do want some information on that, reach out to us.
For sure. And guess what's coming up? Saturday from 9 to 3 here in Horse Barn Park in Rogers. We're having our client event. So it's the first one we've done like this. Going to be really cool is Santa will be there. So bring your kids, meet Santa, drink cocoa, have your pictures taken. But more importantly, what's really cool, I know Nick is not a picture person, but a lot of people, Nick, actually get family photos made every year around this time to send out for their Christmas cards. So we're going to have 2 scenes to choose from of Christmas scenes that we are going to offer, taking free photos for our past clients and for people that we know well. And so come check us out.
Yeah, it should be a great event. Look forward to seeing everybody out.
Very awesome. So now I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about the market. I know a lot of times people want to know how the holidays affect real estate. And that's actually going to be a topic we discuss in even more detail next Sunday morning. But yeah, the holidays, they can kind of impact a little bit on buyers and sellers on how you kind of think about selling your home. And
sure. What we typically see, rates are still pretty good right now as they've been for quite a while. But, when the holidays come around, we mentioned Thanksgiving and even, Christmas and then, Hanukkah and stuff of that nature. People start to get in the holiday spirit and they kind of start having their minds wander on that. So a lot of people tend to slow down a little bit with the buying or home buying process. And so we do see a little bit of a slowdown because people have other things on their minds.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, the year 2020, the one thing it hasn't been is predictable.
Well, that's very true.
So we could definitely tell you what it's normally like and see how it kind of changes from there. But you know what? Actually, most people, of course, need financing to get a loan or to get a loan to buy a home, and most financing takes place in about 30 days. So we're still early November here, guys. You still have 3 weeks at least.
Dream home Christmas present.
Heck yeah!
You could still be in a house by Christmas.
Wouldn't it be cool? I always see these car commercials at Christmas, and it shows that big, huge bow on this brand new car. Wouldn't it be cool to have this big, huge bow on a brand new house?
Well, we just got a new house about 2 years ago.
I know, so we can't do that. That would be the only bad thing, is then how do you top it each year?
Yeah, no kidding. They get real expensive real quick.
Yeah. So that's okay. All right, good deal. And so we also want to give a little shout out to somebody. We have a team member that we'd like to give a shout out to, and that's Miss Elizabeth Bucherry.
Oh, Elizabeth. She's young, vibrant, keeps us young at heart.
She is awesome.
Now, she's part of our marketing team and just has an incredible skill set. Nothing she can't do. Phenomenal photographer as well. She does a lot of that on the side for a hobby. She's taken several headshots in our office, made our agents look even better.
I know, that's right. We'll take all the help we can get. So no, we have a lot of core values. Each team member has to fit, and she definitely fits all those very well.
Yeah,
So we
well,
appreciate
she's always
her.
in a great mood too. I don't think I've ever seen her not smiling.
I know, she's a sweetie. We really appreciate her very much. So, all right. You know what? It's been a few weeks ago now. I can't remember when, but we talked about all the options we have for sellers when it comes to selling a home. You know, it kind of made us think in the world of Uber, Netflix, Grubhub, Bite Squad, all this. We are a society that is all about convenience, maximum
Before you did that, I
convenience.
noticed you mentioned 2 food services. So,
Well, yeah, I have used a few of those.
No,
So,
just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. But when it comes to our sellers, we realize sellers want options too, and sellers want maximum convenience. So, one of the additional plans, in addition to everything else that we do, we offered another plan for some of our sellers that say, I want to sell my home, but I have dreaded it because there are some inconveniences, of course, of selling your home.
Absolutely.
So for those people, we have our instant offer, and that's been going over really well. Some people have just said, hey, I don't want to have to make repairs. I don't want to have to get my house ready.
Pick up the cereal bowls out of the sink,
Yeah.
the dirty underwear off the floor,
Right.
all the fun stuff that comes with going with the house, right?
Yeah, we've got lots of stories about that.
Well, and we
so-
still, of course, offer our guaranteed sold program, which I'm sure many of you have heard over the years that we promote. But then at the same time, we still do the good old-fashioned traditional listing
Yep.
method as well, and we probably do more of those
Right,
than
there's-
anything.
Right, because depending on what your next step is, some people are like, I need to can you help me figure out what do I need to do to my home to maximize the equity so I can use that for my next home?
Sure.
And some people
well, and
don't.
most agents do the traditional route, and that's what most people are familiar with. But you sometimes can't put everybody in the same box. So we like to have some options that reaches out to our clients and gives them some opportunities and options that maybe fits their schedule and criteria a little better.
No, yeah, that's for sure. And I think especially this time of year with the holidays coming up, there's an extra added layer of potential inconveniences. You've got your home decorated for the holidays. You've got company maybe not, we don't know, coming into town, and it's like, oh, you get that call, someone wants to see your house in 2 hours, to kick everybody out. So it's just kind of an added layer of stress sometimes we all
That's
feel
very
during the
true, very
holidays,
true.
whether you're trying to sell your home or not. Gosh, what was it we were reading the other day? I think it was in the National Association of Realtors talking about that selling a home is one of the most stressful things that somebody can do. They said more stressful than a divorce, which is just mind-boggling. But I think, we are a little bit desensitized to it because we do it all the time. But I also know we have things in place that help walk people through the process so it's not as stressful.
Oh, absolutely. We've got experienced agents, number one, which makes a huge difference.
Yes.
But then our staff is so specialized where each one of them has a certain role in the process that's all they focus on, and it makes a huge difference. Makes the buyers and sellers' life a lot easier, and we feel like it's pretty stress-free for the most part.
For sure. And we've mentioned it before, but for people that really want to know more about this instant offer process, you can go to our website, limbirdteam.com, or we even have a special page, instantofferme.com, instantofferme.com.
Or we can just do it the old-fashioned way. You can pick up the phone or just stop in the office.
I know we do a lot of that as well. So, and we even added on our Facebook page that you can even go and set your own appointment on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I
now.
saw that. Our marketing team is really on top of it.
I know. Well, you think about it, how many things do we go to that was like, I just want to set my own appointment. I don't want to,
That's becoming the way of the future. Just convenience. That's
I
why
know.
that's a great program for some
sure.
people.
Hassle-free.
Well, for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, it's Nick and Tara Limbird of Limbird Real Estate Group, and this is Bird's Eye View Real Estate in Northwest Arkansas.
And we're going to talk about first-time home buyers.
All right, this is our topic for this week, huh?
Yes, I love it. First-time home buyers. And like we mentioned before, whether you're a first-time home buyer, period, or you're a first-time home buyer in Arkansas, because it's different from state to state, different regulations, different forms, different everything. So that's completely different. And then I'm going to tell you something. If you haven't bought a home in the last 3, 4, 5 years, so many things change. It almost feels like you're going through the process for the very first time.
Yeah, it can be. Technology is definitely always evolving, and things are sometimes a little easier for some, and sometimes they need a little help. But that's why you hire the right agent and right team.
Yeah, absolutely. So, some of the things I always tell first-time home buyers to stay away from is this word that starts with a Z and rhymes with Dillo. Do you have any idea what that might be?
Zillow, maybe?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Oh, yeah, Zillow.
Yeah. It's, Zillow has, to their credit, has done a great job marketing to the public. The public thinks that that's the first place they need to go for everything. but it's just a mass of inaccurate information.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people take that, they've got that Zestimate.
Oh,
That
yeah.
They look at it, go, oh, my home's worth this, and they think it's the law of the land, but there are so many inaccuracies on Zillow, and a lot of times their data's not getting reported properly, and it really throws a lot of the numbers out and is a little misleading, or can be sometimes.
Well, how many times has somebody called you to go see a house, and you're like, what house? And you look it up. That house sold 2 years ago, but it's still for sale on Zillow.
Yeah, I wish I could have bought some of these 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know. But, so definitely stay away from that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, the other day I was happened to be at the front desk in our office, and a lady walked in, and she needed to drop off an earnest money check. And her agent's Thad on our team, and she goes, hey, Thad told me to drop off this earnest money check, and we weren't sure who it needed to be made out to, so I called Thad. We got it all figured out. But one of the things she said that I thought was really cool, she goes, this is the first time I've ever bought a home before. She goes, and I'm so nervous. There's so many things to do. But I love that y'all send me those emails that remind me of things to do. And I'm like, yes, it's working. Because we try to think ahead. What things do people need to know? What things are easy to slip through the cracks? So we have helped build out a process that's great for first-time home buyers or just buyers in general that says, hey, don't forget we're going to need that earnest money check by such and such date. Hey, don't forget to get your inspection scheduled. Here's some great inspectors we work with. Hey, don't forget to get your financing. Hey, don't forget this. So, I mean, I know, you know me, and I need lots of reminders. So.
Well, absolutely. And there's lots and lots of deadlines in any real estate transaction. And if you're not paying attention to it, you can miss those and really jeopardize your opportunity or cost yourself some money.
Yeah, no, for sure. So that's great. You know, one of the things, actually I have it sitting right here in front of me for those on the radio, but we have a little Monopoly sheet. You know, we love playing games around here. And it's a little Monopoly sheet for all buyers, not just first-time home buyers, but you basically work yourself around the board of everything that you need to do throughout the process of buying a home. And I love that because it's first of all, they're great reminders. And second of all, so many of us are visual that it's nice to have this little visual platform that you can see yourself making your way around the board, pass and go and collect. Maybe not collecting the $200. You might have to write that $200.
Yeah, usually they want a little money in order to buy a house.
Yeah, sometimes. So, but you know, definitely getting pre-qualified beforehand. If you have been in the market to buy a home, I'm sure you're seeing that there's a shortage of inventory. So when you do find that perfect house, guess what? So did somebody else, and they like that home too. So some things that you can do are being pre-approved ahead of time. First of all, then you have no doubt that you can buy the home, so it gives you that confidence. But your lender can also write you a letter that we can submit with your offer that gives that seller the confidence that you can get the home as well. And it might put your home above the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some of the biggest, most critical advice we can give to somebody who's starting the process. Go talk to that lender. Get pre-qualified. Find out what you can afford. It's amazing how many people think that they can't afford certain amount, and then they get with the lender and see the fees and look at that monthly payment, and they go, whoa, I can afford a lot more. Or there's some cases where somebody, maybe they can't, but at that time they're not, setting themselves up for failure, looking at a house that's $50,000 or $100,000 more than what their budget is.
For sure.
They get excited. Once it's always harder to go back on a house.
Yeah, that's the worst.
More expensive, and then go back to one that's less, because a lot of times they will have a few more bells and whistles, and it's always hard to do that, and it kind of can be a little bit of gut wrenching and devastating.
Yeah, no, that's definitely happened with me, with people I've been working with, where we went to look at houses and we didn't do things in the right order. Okay, yes, I've made mistakes too. Took people and we looked at houses.
Oh my gosh, first time she admitted she was wrong.
And so it's on tape. I can't get away from it. Oh no. But we looked at it, the people loved it. Oh my gosh, this is going to be little Susie's room, and this is where the couch is going to go. They had it all figured out. Went and talked to the lender and found out it was above their price point. And it's, oh my gosh, it was like gut wrenching. It was like, they were in tears. I was almost in tears for them. I felt so bad. But then the issue became every house that we looked at that's now a less expensive home.
Had to compare and stack up to that one.
Yes.
Didn't it? It's hard to do that.
Yeah, so it really is. It really is tough. There is a reason why in the Monopoly game, one step is before the next. It's just, it really does work out that way. But, everything from getting pre-qualified to hiring the right agent to viewing the home to even how to make an offer. Because it's so competitive right now, that's actually going to be something we talk about in a few weeks, is how to win an offer when you're in a multiple offer situation, how to make your deal stand out. So
Sure.
we're going
Well,
to talk
one of the
about
things
that.
too is, there's a lot of agents out in our market, and I think we've
yes.
got over 3,000 in Northwest Arkansas, and a lot of them are not as experienced, and there's no disrespect to them, but it takes time, and you got to do a lot of deals, and that's one of the nice things. All of our agents are experienced, and they can guide you and navigate you through this process a little easier, because sometimes you get, like you mentioned before, you get 2 steps ahead of the process. It can really set you back or knock you off course from your entire process.
Definitely. And I think one of my biggest advices for someone who's a first-time home buyer is we try to help people set the right expectations, because sometimes we all have expectations in our head. It's just a matter of not have we expressed those expectations. Because when you buy a home, if you have a home inspection, which I would recommend, the home inspector, I think sometimes buyers don't realize this report is probably going to be anywhere from 40 to 100 and something pages long. It doesn't mean your house is falling apart and it's terrible and you shouldn't buy it. It's just these reports are very lengthy, and the home inspector you're paying him to find things wrong with the house. And I think in 16 years, I've only had one house that he just could not find anything wrong with. There's things wrong with our house. There's just...
Well, even new construction houses
Yes.
have some
Oh yeah,
issues,
sometimes they're the most, because you haven't hit play yet, so to speak. No one has lived there and gone through things. So, expect a long inspection report.
Yeah, and that does freak a lot of buyers out when they see that big report, and
I get that.
they're making their biggest purchase, and they go, "Oh my gosh, there's so much." And we've seen deals get blown up or lost because of that. That's when a good agent can navigate through, explain the process, and let you know the expectations before it gets there.
Right, for sure. A lot of those things are negotiable with the seller, but it's also trying to understand you're looking for things that are wrong with the house, repairs that need to be made, not imperfections. Like sometimes people will oh, well, this wall's banged up or this or that. Like you said, new construction, we often create what we call a punch list. That's just some cosmetic repairs. But if you're buying a house that's 30 years old, you just know that you're buying a 30-year-old home. And so that kind of comes along with it, Or I had a deal not long ago where the inspector goes, roof looks great, but it's 15 years old. So a roof's probably going to need to be replaced by year 20, 25, 30. And they wanted to ask for a new roof, not because anything was wrong with it, but because it maybe someday he was going to need it.
Sure, no, that's a great point. And that is a big item, roofs and stuff of that nature. But what most first-time home buyers don't realize is a lot of these items that are out there can be repaired, and a lot of times relatively easy. And that's where a good experienced agent or team can come in and kind of let you know, hey, this is pretty normal, this is pretty typical. Because a lot of people get freaked out when they see something. I'm going, no, man, this can be fixed for less than $700. This is not that big a deal in the big scheme of things.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of buyers, and especially first-time home buyers, wanting to get out of contracts because they see a few items, and I look and go, there's not a big deal here, and there's not a lot to get addressed. And this is a very good report, but that's where they're not there for certain, and then that's why you need to lean on your agent for advice and a little guidance.
For sure. And that's one thing I've learned through the years is that almost everything is fixable. Almost everything. So it's like, let's at least, because sometimes, especially right now, okay, what's plan B? If you don't like this inspection report and you don't even want to try to make it work, what's plan B? There's no other houses you like. Let's talk to the owner. Let's see if we can negotiate. Let's see if we can have them bring this home to the condition that you're happy with.
Sure, and the inspection process is probably one of the trickiest ones in a transaction, and it's kind of a way where the buyer can get those needs met or negotiate a lot of those, and it's a little give and take from both sides, but it is a process. And
for sure, and that's where hiring a good home inspector, which we can help with, is good too, because we have had some home inspectors before that, I hate to say it, but I almost feel like because they're getting paid per inspection, they almost it's like they had a vested interest in making you not want to buy the home anymore, so then you can go find another one, and you could hire them again and again and again.
It becomes a domino effect. They get 3 or 4 inspections out of one person. And
right.
Yeah, we have seen that, and that's pretty rare, but definitely
there's
something
bad apples in every business.
We can help, and that's where the experience factor comes in.
For sure.
Because we've worked with a lot of these guys over the years.
Right. No, definitely. And you want someone who can be calm and explain these things to you, but not. You don't want someone who's going to undervalue the importance of an item or overvalue the importance of an item. Sure. So we can definitely make it work. So again, if you're just joining us, you have been listening to Tara and Nick Limbird with Limbird Real Estate Group. Bird's Eye View in Northwest Arkansas. And we've been talking about first-time home buyers. But now, before we get to a question from our audience, I had a little joke. I couldn't help it. A little real estate humor here. You ready?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, ready? My realtor sold me a 2-story house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 1 story before the sale and another after.
Oh, good.
So there's your morning corny for you.
Yeah, don't quit your daytime job. So,
I know I've been watching some comedians on Netflix. Maybe I need to.
you need to brush up a little.
Need to brush up. Okay, I'll try that. All right, question from the audience. Nick, you want to let them know what it is?
Well, we've got Michael from Centerton. What are some of the best remodeling ideas on a house? I think that's a terrific question. One of the things I've always heard in real estate is the 2 areas of a house that are most important to remodel are going to be the kitchen and then the master suite.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think if you think about it, where do you spend the most time? And definitely the kitchen. And then the master suite, meaning, in my opinion, more the master bathroom. I think you'll definitely get more bang for your buck there.
Sure, and typically what we find too in the master bedroom and bathroom, that's where typically the decision maker or the person paying the mortgage is going to do that, and their needs are going to be probably a little more solid than maybe their kids or something like that.
No, for sure.
And then, like you mentioned, the kitchen is always, people like to be able to cook and have nice appliances, so kind of updating and upgrading some of that stuff is always a good investment and a good return on investment typically.
For sure.
We find those really sell the houses better and for more money.
Well, I think people want, are very, have a mindset of entertaining. So your kitchen is usually the heart of the home where you're entertaining. So the money you spend there is money other people are going to see when they come over. And so I think that's why a lot of people concentrate on that. And of course, right now you still see a lot of, painted cabinets in the kitchens and, a lot of grays and whites and blues and, but things evolve and if you watch. Yeah, and see what the latest and greatest is. So, but yeah, that's a great question, and keep them coming. You could go to our website, our Facebook page, and let us know what you'd like us to ask next week. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, cool. So again, Nick, we made it another time, another show. Bird's Eye View Real Estate in Northwest Arkansas.
Hanging by a limb. There's another terrible joke for you.
Oh yeah, yeah, everything is bird related around here.
It's contagious, that humor or lack thereof. But anyway, what are we going to be talking about next week?
Next week, oh yeah, that's good. We are actually, because we're in November, so the question that we get a lot this time of year is, should I sell my home during the holiday season? And we have a laundry list of kind of do's and don'ts, and kind of can explain what does that look like, and so you can make your decision whether or not to sell now or sell later.
Yeah, no, it should be a good topic. Lots of times people think that you can't sell a house during the holidays because you've got Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and that stuff.
Right.
But we tend to sell a lot around here. And,
yeah, we really do.
Can have some really good strategies on how to do that. So we look forward to going deeper with that next week.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, please stay tuned next week. Again, you've been here with us for another session with Tara Nick Limbird Real Estate Group, Bird's Eye View in Northwest Arkansas. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us on your Sunday morning. We appreciate it.
It was good. High five.
Yay.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
We got to work
so
on
much.
that humor. That joke wasn't very
All right.
good.
Next week, I promise I'll bring a better joke.
All right. Or just leave it out. It
Yeah.
might be even better. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.